Today's programming has been brought to you in part by Anubis Unit, Thomas Duder, author of The Things, The Hooligans, and Massive Entertainment Publishing. Damn, that's a kinky fish.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Like that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, welcome back to the Outcast radio show. I'm Sputnik.
I am that bastard.
And I'm Caboose.
Snape 23 again.
What?
And we're back for episode 5, motherfuckers.
I thought this was episode 6.
Nope, episode 5.
Wasn't episode 5 the last one with Waka Flocka for president?
Yes, it was.
Oh my god, you fucking retard.
When Caboose can learn how to count.
I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry I missed out on the last thing. But I had the plague, but I fought it off because I'm me. I literally physically tore it outside of myself and beat the shit out of it. Because that's what I do, son.
He had the bubonic plague.
I had that Captain Trips. I had the Ebola, my nigga.
Oh my god.
I am
You can't stop Thomas the Dank Engine. You can't stop the Daddy train going down.
Thomas the
They
Dank
call me
Engine.
Ebola.
They call me Ebola. Oh, wow. Ebo! But no, I do that vitamin D, I do that vitamin E, I get my multivitamins on, I get my supplements up, you know what I mean? Square up, nigga. I'm on it. But speaking about vitamin D and kinkiness, Kanye West would love this shit. Like we opened up with, Fish Eats Dildo. Now this is covered by the Huffington Post by Andy Campbell, and oh my god. It just starts off so good. Hey you guys, this cod ate a dildo. And Bjorn Fryland, 64, is a master baiter in his local village of whatever, Norway. But oh my god, the fact that they use the line master and baiter, B-A-I-T-E-R, that shit makes me happy.
Oh my god. Yeah, they found it in Norway, I guess, off the coast of a village in Norway. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the village.
Eats Bigda? I don't fucking know.
Herb.
It's Berger.
Let's bring in our Norwegian train.
But,
Holy shit, they deleted the picture.
what picture?
They deleted the picture off the article, too.
Yeah, before they did, they had the most wonderful fucking just photo of a dildo coming out of a fish.
How the fuck does a fish... Wait, who throws a dildo in a lake or a river it was, whatever body of water it was located in?
Because the new model was coming out and they really wanted to just get rid of it.
Just upgrade.
Yeah, they knew that was gonna happen.
It had one for the
New
pink and
height.
one for the stink.
It's actually mentioned. Talk about getting it lost in the fucking tuna.
Oh my God.
Get it in the fish. No, but they actually mentioned in the article that the cod might have thought that it was that it might have been a small octopus and ate it. But who the hell knows? Either way, a dildo ended up inside of a fish, and that's how we're starting off episode 6. Hell yeah, bitch.
Hashtag
It's gonna
dildofish.
be a good. It's gonna be a good show when we start off with something like that.
Oh my god. Sput, what's next?
So I don't know if you guys might know, but Boko Haram a while ago kidnapped a bunch of random women or a bunch of girls. I think they were little girls, and kidnapped a bunch of them, and no one knew who the fuck they were. But the Nigerian military, let's all think that they've been kicking ass recently. They've been wrecking bitches and fucking slapping some hoes, man.
The cunt destroyers.
The Nigerian military rescued 234 girls. It says here that the latest rescue announced by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters on Twitter brings the total week to more than 677 females the Nigerian army claims to have rescued. So, they went in there and they kicked some Boko Haram's ass.
Wow, thank God for all the Facebook likes that helped them save those girls.
Yeah, exactly. See, if we didn't like the Facebook posts, man, they would all be dead.
Where would this world come to if we didn't have Facebook likes?
Thank God the media didn't cover this, because who knows what would have happened to those poor girls. Oh my god, this is some bullshit. When the Nigerian fucking army, isn't there like greatest weapon Photoshop? Or am I thinking Uganda?
I don't know, man.
Uganda. Like seriously, that's some bullshit. When the Nigerian army are doing more for these poor kidnapped children than anybody else, that's pretty fucked up. At the same time, I believe that that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. Let them fucking take care of their own. That's the way we should do it with our own shit. Too busy trying to fucking police the world, my nigga. That's the problem. Y'all know you missed this shit.
Yeah, apparently they deployed ground troops, and they had following weeks of punishing air raids in the Sambisa forest. Yeah, they kicked their ass, man. I can't wait. And they Boko Haram is pretty much just like fucking ISIS 2.0.
Yeah, except they're actually getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Not getting fucking that much media coverage.
Nigerian warlords, let's go.
Because, someone saying... I was about to say something that probably would have got me a lot of hate.
I'll get hate anyway. You know what the real thing is? Because brown terrorists get more fucking, media than black terrorists. It's the truth, statistically speaking.
Nobody want to make it racist.
But it is racist! It's true! If they were all like, Durka, they get fucking they get fucking from Fox 11 because it's an obvious cut and dry thing. But they don't want to give the blacks too much media unless they're controlling it.
God fucking damn it, the fucking...
So, this is the Baltimore special, that's true. And we're going to be going into the headlines that piss us off. But there was also something about the Nepal earthquake. Which shall we do first, gentlemen?
I think we should do the Nepal earthquake first.
Caboose? Sound good?
Yeah.
So, if you're not sheltered as hell and don't know anything about what's going on in the world, you probably know that there was an earthquake in Nepal, and the kill count, last time I checked, was in the 5,000s range.
Holy shit, that was 100.
Let's have a moment of silence for everybody that died.
Now, I'd like to point out something. Moment ended. It's not that I don't have feeling for those in the Nepal earthquake, but the Earth hates us. And this isn't going to be the last time we've heard shit about an earthquake. Or I'm just saying, I'm not knocking against or even knocking against giving time to this. Lord knows I gave $5 to not the American Red Cross, fuck those niggas. No, it was some boots on ground medical thing, not Doctors Without Borders, but something like them. But and once again, at the moment a natural disaster occurs, there's all these fucking corporations and megacorps and nonprofits where they get money, but you don't see a lot of actual fucking medical aid or food. That's the reason why Doctors Without Borders, I love those guys. They will straight up, and hey, for what it's worth, nobody is sponsoring our words. These are all opinions. As Sputnik likes to put it forth. If you have an issue with our opinions, put it in the comment section below, and we can tell you why you're wrong. But seriously though, like the Nepal earthquake, I feel for these people. But you know what? There's going to be yet another earthquake, there's going to be yet another tsunami or a fucking hurricane or some shit. And honestly, I think one of the reasons why we're seeing so less and less people, Americans, doing something about this, whether it's giving money, giving time, giving charity, is because people are getting burnt out. You know what I mean? So when Nepal earthquake got the #1 fucking spot, that's one of the reasons why I was looking at kind of like, what? No, man, no. But at the same time, I can't actually argue against it because it sucks. It sucks, and I can only pray and hope that we get not FEMA, but somebody who actually gives a damn to help out should anything happen here, for instance, or anywhere else.
What is an interesting fact, but it's also a shitty fact at that, is in this year we have lost so many UN protected sites, aka those UN protected sites are sites that are ancient temples in ruins and all this shit that is protected by the UN. If you were to mess with that shit, you were gonna get wrecked by every fucking nation. But we have lost because of the Nepal earthquake and because of ISIS, we have lost so many of these ancient artifacts and all these sites that have been preserved for years but are being destroyed because of ISIS, and this earthquake just made it even worse.
The UN does nothing.
This year is the worst year that we've ever had for these, past ancient history artifacts and all that.
For art, for civilization, and for history. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But the thing is, I like to point out, once again, the UN isn't doing shit. They're supposed to. I mean, they should have been hunting down ISIS the moment they fucking put hammers to those fucking statues. You know what I mean?
I wish they would, but fucking, I don't know why we aren't focusing on ISIS more.
Because we created ISIS, and in the very least, they're a good distraction from whatever else. Seriously. It's kind of like how Ebola was a distraction. It's kind of like how the last riot was a distraction. It's kind of like how fucking the whole thing with Trayvon Martin was a distraction from Holden.
Never even heard of it. I never even heard of him.
I've actually brought it up, or not Holden, Snowden. Excuse me.
Oh, Snowden. Now I know what you're talking about.
I've brought that up before, in fact, in one of the other previous episodes. That, you know, it was just this big fucking like hullabaloo, this big fucking circus, and it was all to distract us from the fact that they were secretly fucking like taking Snowden to court. And then it came out on the internet, and then we weren't distracted anymore. But the distraction was there, and it lasted for a good month.
Whatever happened to Snowden?
I think he's still in Russia, waiting to get, or I think he's still waiting to get here. I know that I've actually read an article recently where 3 whistleblowers, or Snowden and 2 others, who like Snowden was revealing criminal activity by our government, and some town in Chechnya or whatever had 3 statues devoted to these guys.
Well then. Well, I guess he really could be considered heroes to lots of people. I mean, fuck. They did. Was it Snowden? I think it was Snowden. He was the one who pretty much showed how the NSA is pretty much spying on all of us, and that's what caused everybody to hate the NSA.
That was Snowden.
Okay.
But but fucking A, they're spying on us without our wherewithal, and above all, without fucking due process.
How is that not unconstitutional?
And because the government's doing it. You know, if we did what the government did at any point in time, we would be in jail in a fucking heartbeat.
Definitely.
No joke. I think the only reason why we haven't even been like, those of us of Outcast radio show, haven't been brought up on charges or anything like that is because we're just like still growing, you know? They'll probably try and hit us up later on. No joke.
What would they try to charge us with?
Major caboose.
That makes sense.
Go fuck yourself.
Two chiefs of all crimes.
Okay. Let's do it.
He's your water.
This episode was the Baltimore special, not out of maliciousness, I'd like to point out, but because there is a definite difference in opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a round-by-round debate. The first round is 2-minute introduction of our viewpoints of the riots and such, Baltimore special, of Baltimore. Then with the second round, rebuttal, 5 minutes each, and third round, rebuttal and a wrap-up. So I normally don't ask for seriousness, but I'm going to ask for, please, no personal attacks. Keep it to your fucking issues. Present yourself, present it. If you don't want to, back out. Cool.
And can I say this one thing? I'm gonna say 2 things before this even happens. Oh god, my voice just died. Okay.
Okay, that's one thing.
We are not trying. We're not trying to change each other's opinions here. We're just showing our opinions, what we think about it. We are not. This is nothing personal between any of us. It's just our own opinions. And I'm gonna say this again because we are probably going to get into some pretty controversial shit. If you disagree with us and you feel a need to argue with any of us, call us out in the comments. Don't just sit and pout and complain about us on your fucking Twitter or on your Tumblr. Tell us, and we'll gladly argue with you.
Actually, go ahead and do that because that will bring us a lot more views.
Yeah, despite what Sputnik said, no, go ahead and pout and talk about us on Twitter, please. Go ahead. Fucking go and complain to all your Tumblr buddies about this shit.
Yes. Just we gotta all respect each other's opinions as well.
We're fucking.
So who wants to go first?
I do. I really do.
All right, go ahead, Shneep.
You got 2 minutes starting now.
Okay, listen here, all you Negroes out there, freaking ruining stuff. I am brown. I am a brown male. You are making life for me so hard by being ignorant, dumb, ghetto retards. I hope they go out there. I hope the National Guard goes out there and kills every single one of you. I really do. You are useless. You're not contributing to society at all. The fact that you are so stupid to destroy everything that your parents are paying tax money for is insane. And when your taxes go up and you cry about it so they can fix your disgusting city, I hope that you kill yourself because you're just retarded in every respect of the way. There's nothing you're doing that's right. You're all stupid.
That was a little bit mean, but are we gonna do a 2-minute introduction for everybody?
Yeah, each of us gets a chance to present our situation on this.
Who wants to go second? None of you guys want to go second?
So Shneep, are you done?
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, Caboose, Sput, you guys want to go next?
I haven't heard. Cabooses or Schneep's opinion on it. I've heard yours, Thomas, of course, but I've never heard any of the other ones. Oh god, let me shut my window real quick. I haven't heard Schneep's and Caboose's opinions on it, so I want to hear theirs first.
Okay. Well, my opinion on it is pretty blatant. It's kind of like Schneep's, but I'm not telling everybody to go kill themselves. But I think the whole idea of why they're rioting is stupid, and they're not even rioting about Freddie and what he did or what the cops did about it. They're not even rioting about that. They're just destroying shit because they want to. They're looting stores. They're destroying their own city, which they're going to have to pay for with their taxes. They're going to get a major tax raise on that shit. But I just think the whole idea of them rioting over that is really stupid. I understand that it started out as a peaceful protest. I understand that the cops could have did something better about dealing with Freddie, but rioting over this shit is stupid. And it is bringing a lot more attention to the fact. I will agree about that, but I just think the whole idea of them rioting is really fucking stupid.
May I go now, Thomas? Because Thomas, you're gonna have probably the longest intro out of all of us.
Just go for it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna read a very, very, very long paragraph per paragraph thing that I've written and ranted to Caboose about. I'm gonna read the entire thing. White people getting beat down and robbed in the streets is totally justifiable to you because the civil injustice of past males and white people have given blacks a minority quota. All black colleges and scholarships have financial aid and societal privilege of not being accountable for their actions because of racist white power structure, quotes. White people were slaves by other whites in America, the Ottomans, the Mongols, and Russia, and throughout history, so cry me a river about the, where was it? About the disenfranchised minority whites were the only race to liberate slaves and make it taboo, and they were the advantage of this weakness by acting like racist savages, criminals, while the politicians pander to them and the media exploits their emotions. It amazes me how the mass media outlets are so in favor of these riots and justifying the absolute destruction of publicity and privately funded infrastructure, commercial, social institutions, and utilities. These are not protesters; they are terrorists. We should throw their ass in the fucking FEMA gulags and stop making excuses. The media constantly indoctrinates children to believing this type of destructive behavior is okay. But let's see white people organizing, destroying whole city blocks, and how quickly the National Guard stomped their fucking heads in. The only reason this was allowed to happen is because they're black. Let's stop kidding ourselves. Show me the white riots of the caliber that were permitted to have safe. Show me white riots that were permitted to have safe spaces by the fucking state government. Now let me say now, all of that paragraph was from one of my favorite pages ever called Disdain for Plebs. That is word for word. I'm not saying I wrote that. That is pretty much I agreed with everything that he said, and I took exactly what he said and pretty much read it. I have one more thing. Let me breathe. Because I just didn't breathe at all.
Yeah, make certain to read it, make certain to calm down and read. It's all right.
I said that really fast, and I apologize because I don't. When I read really fast naturally.
You'll post the paragraph though once this goes published, right? Once it's published. Right.
Yeah, sure I will.
Cool.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me find the other thing I had written down here. I kind of readied my arguments, or kind of, had these arguments ready. Here it is. No, never mind. I pretty much said everything that I have to say.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Hate the sin, love the sinner. These are the words of the fucking hypocrite. Straight talk. The problem with the riots, the problem with rioting in and of itself, isn't just that these people are destroying their fucking subways and their fucking households. Hell, and most of the time, it ain't even on their own block. It's on downtown or Main Street or some shit. The real problem is what leads up to it. Now, earlier you posted a little Auntie Ruckus complaining about that shit.
God damn it.
Talking about, oh, there's no bigger problem. No, there is a bigger problem. The banks foreclosed on thousands of homes after giving out illegal subprime fucking loans. How about starting with that? And thusly, now you got a whole bunch of niggas homeless. Or how about how 10,000 jobs have been taken out of Baltimore? And it's not as if the banks are happily lending the people money to start up their own jobs either. or jobs that could be providing work for other people. No, 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 no. What the riot has always been indicative of is of a greater pressure, a greater threshold. Deaths like Trayvon Martin, deaths like Freddie Gray, who was illegally detained and imprisoned and then killed. Period. 80% of his neck don't even severed. Don't even think that that was just done by a bolt. There's a reason why those cops are now being indicted on murder charges, at least 2 of them out of 6. And by the way, before we even begin, yeah, I know, Freddie Gray has a long, long criminal record. Well, so did the cops that took him. So were the cops that have killed and executed certain other young blacks. Whether or not they're fucking criminals, there is, despite what some would argue, a thing called due process. There is laws against cops taking the Judge Dredd route. I approve of that of vigilantism, I'd like to point out. I approve of maybe not mob justice, but of individuals catching people in the act and then doing something about it. But I have great issues, and so should you, about civil servants overstepping their bounds, overstepping their promises. That shield is supposed to be a shield. It's supposed to mean something, and it hasn't for years. Now, you can say that it's part of the problem is the cops, and yeah, it's part of their fault. You can say that part of the problem is the criminals. It's definitely the criminals' fault. But you know who's the real problem? The media and the politicians. The cops didn't create the situation where, they get promotions based on arrests, where they have to have quotas of parking tickets or speeding tickets and speed traps. They're not the ones who have created this, but straight up the politicians who have to justify the budget. Justify the budget for common citizens to be protected. That's part of the problem. And that is the reason why we're having such issues right now. And that is the reason why pressure will build up until finally explodes into a riot. This isn't the first riot we've seen. In the past year, this isn't the first time we've seen a young black killed for whatever fucking reason. Unless this nigga's gonna step up and actually shoot a motherfucker. What about the motherfucker who just got shot in the back, like, not but a month ago, And even more so, as far as the riots and the cops and their position of that, I actually have I just posted up a shit ton of links, I'd like to point out, in the chat. And I hopefully will also have these included in the, once this goes published, once this goes live. And I can point blank tell you right now, yes, undercover cops have been caught trying to instigate riots. Just not but 5 months ago. There was the one that got, by the way, I'm way over 2 minutes. I hope you guys don't mind. I do apologize. Not but 5 months ago, 2 got caught instigating a riot, and one of them pulled his gun on the protesters. A peaceful protest that has been pushed into a riot. And no, it's not a hard thing to do. Not when the pressure is there. All it takes is a little bit of a push, and boom, powder keg goes off.
Is that all?
Sorry about that.
It's all right. So
Can we convert?
Time for the second round. This is the rebuttal. We're gonna have. Let's try to stick to the 5 minute each.
Sorry about that.
I don't mean to sound like an asshole, Thomas.
No, that was my bad. One of y'all should have called me. I was ready to call y'all out, but y'all should have called me out. It's okay. Let's do this. 5 minutes starting from the same order?
Yeah, let's have 5 minute rebuttal and each so we don't run over each other.
Yeah. People go.
So like what Thomas said, black people aren't exactly treated right all the time. But then in itself, it's not an excuse that we could use as just people of color because we're the same as everyone else. We can't just use that to be like, oh, our people are treated wrong. I don't like that. Like I do have a pride in being African American, but at a certain point, it's like, get a hold of yourself. You're gonna do all these things. Like the way we put ourselves out there is we're nasty, we're disgusting, we're like same as hillbillies. We just act dumb. And to be honest, if I was a policeman and Trayvon Martin or any of those kids walked up to me, I would shoot them. And without a doubt, I could, with a clear conscience, I could walk up to their parents and say that I killed your son. They're just not good people. And I'm saying they don't deserve to die for that. I'm saying if you're gonna walk up on me being a policeman, and if I have kids and a family, it's your life. It's my life over yours. Like, I will kill you. I promise you I will. And still, like, half of those people in the riot don't care about what the kids dying for unjust causes. They don't care about that. They just want to loot stuff. They're dumb, ignorant people who don't get that there's like something bigger that you probably, if you want to help like the African American people, into like government classes and pay attention in class and get like a GED. Get your GED. Half of the kids in the riot probably haven't finished high school. Go like be a part of like politics and help change something. Looting a freaking grocery store for food isn't gonna help. Like honestly, they're ignorant and they're not getting anything accomplished, but making themselves look bad and hurting other people. They just need to get over themselves and actually do something correctly, so they won't look bad people. They won't look like bad people, and maybe they won't get shot anymore. Done.
All right, let's go Caboose now.
I'd have to agree with Schneep on that too. Most of these kids that were in those riots didn't have GEDs. Yes, there were cops that were instigating it. Yes, there were problems in the beginning with Baltimore and jobs being lost and the police officers being corrupt. I found all this out in the duration of the riots. But yet there's better ways of handling it than rioting and destroying your city. Your city's already going to shit. Your city's losing jobs almost every day. And all you have to do is riot and burn down CVS's and hurt people and throw trash cans at innocent bystanders and attacking those innocent bystanders. I mean, I saw quite a few images on my newsfeed of innocent people standing in front of the policemen to protect them over these kids who were attacking them. And this was on the first and second days of the riots. This was before the National Guard was sent in. But yes, there were undercover cops instigating the riots. There were things leading up to this. But this all could have been handled better. I mean, these kids, they just made it look worse than what it was. Rioting is
that all?
Kind of primitive.
Sorry.
in a sense. It's kind of primitive. In the society that we've come to become, or that are trying to become, we should at least stand up, go to the Congress, go to the Senate, get involved politically, and take care of these problems. I mean, there's a thousand different ways you can handle this, but rioting is no way to go.
All right. So, my opinion on my rebuttal. Let me say now, for the people out there that are peacefully protesting, for the people out there that are actually trying to show a message and get things done, good on you. Keep doing that. Keep your peaceful protest going. Don't stop because people are telling you to. Keep it going. Now, for the people that are running around throwing trash cans, lighting buildings on fire, destroying cars, destroying CVS's, that is not getting anything done. Simple as that. You can't say that me going and burning down a building is going to get anything done. They are rioting just to riot. Simple as that. Now, for the riots that are actually destroying things, there is, to an extent, where I could agree is okay. For example, if I was rioting, if I had a group of people that are rioting for police brutality, why the fuck would I destroy a CVS? Why would I destroy a grocery store? Why would I attack an innocent white person? Why would I drag a store owner out of his shop and beat him? Why would I do that? That is not getting anything done. That is reinforcing that black people, that is just reinforcing the racial stereotype that people have for black people. I would understand if they were destroying police buildings, if they were, doing something that is actually even remotely related to the incident at hand. But destroying a CVS, attacking random people, that is just reinforcing that people just want to riot. That is just reinforcing the stereotype. I don't care if you are going to destroy a police store to show that police are bad. I don't care if you're going to light a police vehicle on fire and to show that police are bad. But I'm also not saying that you should attack police officers for absolutely no reason. What people don't seem to realize is that these police officers that are being attacked, these people that are out there are just doing their jobs. Police lives matter. People seem to just completely ignore the fact that these police officers, these ones that are just doing their jobs, trying to fight, have lives, they have a family, and it's absolutely disgusting that people can't realize that. Now let me say now, the people that are responsible for the legitimate parts of racism, like the riots that happened way back in I want to say 70s or 60s. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Rodney King.
No, dude, that was what? That was Oh my fucking.
How far off was I? How far off was I?
That was 1990s. Oh,
wow, I was off.
yes,
Why did I think 60s?
I'm not gonna get started on it. I'm waiting my turn.
Okay. Now, excuse me for not knowing my exact dates, but in the 90s, for those legitimate things that went bad, like fucking for those legitimate cases of racism, like Rodney King, that was a case of racism. That was horrible. And those people that beat that innocent black man for being black, they deserve to be in jail. They deserve to be jailed. They deserve all of that. But for the police officers that aren't, for the police officers that are just kind of not racist and doing their jobs, everyone has the mindset of fuck the police. So they go around and they do these horrible things to these police officers that are just doing their jobs. For the thing that happened with the police officers that killed Trayvon Martin and all of that, you know, they killed him. That was a thing of racism. You know, they deserve to be where they are. Or the guy that got shot in the back that was running away in that back alley area that was murder. That cop deserves to be in jail.
Really quick. Trayvon Martin was the one who got shot by Zimmerman, a security guard. It's his dad who was a judge. That was that whole circus that I meant. Yeah, that bullshit. Just saying. Just learn that up.
And, you know, those are all legitimate cases of racism. Those people deserve to be where they are right now. But lumping every single one of the police officers into one category and saying every single one of them is bad is incorrect and is wrong. I'm done.
Okay. So just jump in before my segment begins. Really quick. The problem isn't with good cops. It has never been with good cops. It is with bad cops, and it is with enablers who are in themselves bad cops. Whether it be the union that supports them, including the union that tried to support these 6 murderers, and they tried to set up a GoFundMe to build up 600,000, and GFM told them, nope, we don't support murderers. Sorry, bro. You guys are being indicted. You were fucking the government itself said, hey, you fucked up. Straight talk. This is the Rampart, and I know y'all may not remember the Rampart division from back in the LAPD way back in the day, back in the 80s or early 90s or whatever. But it was the same thing there, where there was a shit ton of corruption going on. Once again, it's not about good cops matter or good cops not mattering. I just want to throw that out there. This is all about bad cops, the cop apologists, and their enablers. I'm just saying. So, the color of the... Okay, now it's my turn. The color of the riots is black. But that's not real. That is not the reality. In fact, some of the links that I posted show you what's going on. There is, ever since the get-go, there has been other forms of media calling out Fox 11 especially for twisting this shit up to make it look like all the black people. Do you realize how many of these looting photos there's actually white faces in there? But it's not being shown by the major media outlets. No, it's being shown by the smaller ones on the internet. Hell, even Gawker, by the way. I have a Gawker.com link down there showing how some of these looters, we've seen these photos before, and it's been used before by other fucking riots. It's the same fucking photos. Like, Geraldo Rivera got called out by a Baltimore resident who point blank told him, get out of my city. Your ass didn't show up until the riot started, which is not even being done by us. And I'd like to point out the statistics of who is involved in this riot. There were 2,000 protesters. 100 of them are violent. What is that, less than 10%? Is that 5%? Something like that. They want to use the term thugs. They want to paint it in a certain way to make you honestly believe that Baltimore's burning down. When Baltimore is fucked up to begin with. Baltimore, Detroit, these kind of places look like third world countries. You ever seen, District 9? You know, fucking prawns, that shit. You remember that shit? Where they had like fucking mini warlords and shit, little African little warlords and shit. It's the same thing here. Detroit and Baltimore today are visions of hell. So yes, when you see those looting photos, which I also linked to, by the way, I want you to pay attention what they're looting. What are they taking? They're taking toilet paper. They're taking water, bottled water. They're taking food. They're not taking, and I'd like to point out that there is, I don't want to say anonymous, but certainly there are certain groups out there that are trying to portray a certain group of looters, like, yeah, my boy, you got those new Jordans, or yeah, we got that TV. And that's fake as well, by the way. Some of those photos are actually covered in that one that I was talking about. The photos have been reused. Yeah, 2 of them were like from I think was from the Rodney King riots. Which I just want to point out, Rodney King isn't the most innocent motherfucker, but he certainly didn't deserve the ass kick, the ass whooping he caught. So that was like, and I'd like to point out that was like the very first time, police brutality was ever filmed like that. Something to consider. One moment, real quick. I do apologize. I got this dry cough going on. But anyway, suffice it to say, this is not about black people looting. That is, in fact, one of the #1 fucking lies that's being perpetrated right now. When a lot of these looters have pale faces, when a lot of these looters are Mexican, when a lot of these looters are whatever the fuck race you want to put in there, but the media is only paying attention to the black people. And even worse are the flat-out twists the media is trying to do. I want you guys to pay attention to an article that I posted earlier, the looting selfies, no, my bad, sorry, wrong one. There was one about, I think the media is hella biased. I think that's the one, which showing where, like, for instance, there's this one about a white girl that's reaching out to a black guy who's got a purse or he's got this bag, and there's two other people holding her back. And the media tried to portray it that this black guy stole her purse, when in actuality, that was his purse. And it was not like a purse, it was like a big-ass bag, but you know what I mean. And I don't give a fuck what you want to talk about, what you want to joke about. Oh, he got a man bag, because, later on I'll probably make that joke that, yeah, nigga got a man bag. But the fact that the media, and when I say the media, especially Fox 11, especially Geraldo Rivera, who already we called out, from me and Ace from the Hooligans with the boys, called him out for that shit with Trayvon Martin. But, because when he tried to suggest that Trayvon Martin deserved it and all sorts of shit. All I'm saying is that what's going on right now is a travesty. Now, you can say, I don't support the riots. Okay, don't support the riots. But where was yo ass when Baltimore was dying to begin with? When 10,000 jobs just walked away, when the fucking banks fucked everybody, when Baltimore was leading up to this point, where was your anger? But you're gonna get mad at the fucking riots? That's why I got pissed off recently. Some of the ignorance that is being fucking passed around like fucking cheesecake at a party, you know what I mean? And everybody loves cheesecake. At least you better love cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Cheesecake?
I'm just saying.
I like cheesecake. I'm sorry.
See? What? Oh my God! So 3 out of 4 people ain't Eli. So suffice it to say, all I'm saying ultimately, you can hate the riots all you want, but you should hate the reasons that led up to them more. You should hate the people who took advantage of Baltimore more. You should hate the fucking nouveau riche and the 1% elitists who fucking took the jobs elsewhere and then ensured that nobody can get jobs by not supporting the people, by the banks not allowing people loans, by not allowing people to even own their own jobs, to own their own futures, to own their own selves. That is why I got mad. I didn't get mad because, I don't like the riots. Don't like the riots. If a riot was to show up here in Bellingham, which one did, by the way. Oh, and for the record, that very last link I posted is one of my favorites. The 17 stupid reasons why white people have rioted. Just saying. White people riot too, but when they do it, it's what was it? It's misfits. It's not that bad. It's mischief. That was it. But when black people do it, which even when black people aren't the major ones doing it, we're the ones that are going to catch the heat for it. Fuck that noise. When we do it, we're thugs. And this isn't the first time I've said this shit. This isn't the first time I've pointed out that the media is brainwashing and twisting people on this shit. Twisting the truth. I don't like to quote Malcolm X on anything, but I'd like to point out that what he said was absolutely correct. You got to watch yourself because someday the media will have you hating on the victim and sympathizing with the victimizer. You know what I mean? With the attacker. I know I went over 5 minutes again. Fucking Sput, you're supposed to call me on this shit.
I think I went over 5 minutes as well.
No, you got a point. But suffice it to say, that's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. Let's end this round.
do we have to go in order? Because I just want to say one quick thing. This is my only rebuttal because I really don't want to say anything else.
Does anybody mind? Can Sputnik go ahead real quick?
Go for
Yeah.
it.
When I was talking about the rioters, I wasn't specifically targeting black people for it, as much as it probably sounds like it. And like you said, I could agree that the media definitely has been twisting people's minds into thinking that only black people are the ones that are rioting. But I wasn't just pointing out the black people. I'm just pointing out rioters in general. Be it white people, the white rioters, the Mexican rioters, the fucking Arabic rioters, if there's any in there.
Arabic.
I don't give a shit. If you are a rioter, I'm just lumping all them into one thing. I'm not specifically pointing out black people and saying that black people should be able to riot, white people are good, they could riot. No, I was just pointing out the rioters in general because I disagree with how they're doing it. Now, I don't necessarily think peaceful protests for something like this, unless it's on a way bigger scale, I don't necessarily think it'll get much done. But I also don't think, attacking random people and doing all this crap like that, as much as I keep bringing it up, doing all this crap like that is going to get anything done either. That's all I gotta say. I'm done arguing.
Well, it's not really arguing, but yeah.
Well, that's my position.
Schneep, Caboose?
I'll go.
Okay.
But the thing about rioting is when you go into a situation like that, you know right from wrong. More or less, I was talking about the black people. Like if you're a black if you're rioting,
the black people, I'd like to point out.
Yeah. If you're a black kid and you're rioting and like trashing, like you said, Boston, it's not that great of a place already. It's been like it's like really shitty. Let's be honest here. But if you're gonna destroy it further, then like who were you to complain about it after like it's completely gone? Like no turning back. Like who are you to complain when you're the one destroying it? You have no complaints. And first of all, I don't know his name, but if Caboose got killed, immediately, that's when I would go nuts. Like you're not gonna wait a few days, then get together with a couple buddies and decide now's the time we all need to go crazy. Yeah, like you don't do that. If you really cared so much, you would have been in it from the beginning. Like as soon as it happened, as soon as you heard about it, you would go nuts. Like look, a black kid that has nothing to do with you, like that gives you a reason to riot. Like it doesn't. And there's injustices, but that's not the way you handle it, and that's not the way anybody should handle it. You think Martin Luther King is gonna go out there and freaking tear down a riot aid with a bunch of white, black, Mexicans, and whoever, whatnot? No, obviously not. He had some brains and he got something accomplished. Like learn from the people who came before you. Just make some common sense decisions.
Caboose?
I'd have to agree with Schneep and Isaac on that. I'm not targeting black people in general in the riots. I'm not targeting the people who were in the peaceful protests. I'm not degrading anybody for it. I just believe that rioting in this certain situation is the wrong idea when there should have been things that could have been handled better. The protesting, I believe, should have happened. Always protest for something that you believe is wrong. That's your God-given right in America. You can do that. You have the freedom of speech to say whatever the fuck you want, unless someone's tearing you down for it, whatever. But the whole idea of the rioting and looting and all that other shit is just stupid.
But as you can see, most of us have differing opinions, and I'm gonna say this right here. These are our own opinions. You aren't being, Caboose, Schneep, and I aren't being paid by Fox News to say this shit. This is our.
So am I? Wait a minute, you left me out of that, you dickmonger.
Well, you aren't. Why would Fox News pay someone? They wouldn't pay you because your opinions are the complete opposite of Fox News.
Okay, you got a point. My bad. Sorry.
But they're not paying us to disagree with the riots. This is our own opinions. This is our what we think of the riots. We are not trying to sit here and change each other's opinions on it because hell, we know that all of us are going to stay at our standpoint because with something like this, nobody's opinions will change. It's kind of like religion. You don't argue with religion because nobody's opinions will change. We are
I argue.
Well, I'm not necessarily against the riots. I'm just saying that it's the wrong course of action that they're doing.
I agree with you there. Anyways,
I think it's my turn.
Didn't you go already?
I didn't get a closing.
Oh, okay.
No, you did that in front of his.
Fucking Spud. No, I know he did it on accident. It's okay, guys. One thing that I do like that I am enjoying about this, the Baltimore special, our debate, is that we're being non-malicious towards one another, and I'm actually really proud. I'm really proud of that. You know, we're able to do this. You're still wrong, but it's okay. I can accept you guys. So with that stated, let me get my game face back on. You know,
try not to go over 5 minutes, Thomas.
Oh no, I'm gonna try. Caboose mentioned earlier about the civilization that we're in. I'd like to point out that it's only been 40 years since since blacks got the ability to vote. 50 years, excuse me. That's not a long time. America is only, 200 years old and going? That kind of shit? All I'm saying is that at this point in time, we are still at the point where our politicians are not listening to their people. We're still at a time where people's votes don't count. We're still, even though I vote and I believe we should vote, but let's be honest, if your shit ain't gonna be the same, if you're not in the electoral college, your vote don't mean shit. Straight talk. They have tried. These people, the people of Baltimore, the people of the city before them, these are very last efforts. A riot isn't the first thing that people think of. The first thing they do is they'll approach their senator. They'll approach all that shit. You know what I mean? They will go through and do the time. They'll do the work. They'll get the voice of the people. But when the voice of the people aren't heard, it behooves us to rise up against tyranny and oppression, no matter where. You can say, oh, I don't like the riots. And I don't want to sound like I'm attacking you guys specifically, but I've had some people on my newsfeed doing this shit, and I've had to point blank tell them the same damn thing. What in the fuck are you going to do when you have nothing left? When you have no clean water, when you have no more electricity, when you have no more clean food, when you have no more chances, when you have no more jobs, when you have no more prospects, when you have no more abilities to live out and acquire the American dream, when it is being held away from you, what are you gonna do? America was founded on violence. We use violence to ensure that we can continue to live the way we live. And don't tell me otherwise when it's the goddamn truth. If you're going to sit there and not you guys, but if you're going to sit there and fucking say, violence solves nothing, oh, well, thank God you're against our military then. When are you going to start fucking campaigning against it? When are you going to start campaigning for them to be minimized? For our VAs to, well, actually, our VAs could really stand to use getting some fucking, basic fucking help, but still. That's one of my biggest issues. Are motherfuckers who want to talk this kind of shit and don't want to do the follow-up, don't want to do the backup at all. And that's what's really tripping my nuts about this shit. You can say that you're against the riots. You can be against the riots all you want, but just understand why it's happening. It's not just Freddie Gray. It's not just Trayvon Martin. It's not just any other name you want to throw out there. And it's always the same thing. It's a young black man or a black person who gets shot, and then the shit explodes. I've seen some people complain about, well, Native Americans are killed every day. Why aren't they getting that fucking news conference? Well, why aren't your people getting mad? I don't want to make this thing to a race, despite what I've already said. I don't want to make this into race. I want to point out that it's more than that. It really, really is. But the fact that it is race-based isn't helping either. You know, it's not the everyday Joe Schmo reading these articles, being twisted or not being twisted, whichever, by the media. It's not their fault the shit's going down. It is the fault of the media. It is the fault of the 1%. It is the fault of those who would dare use and abuse a populace and then just up and run. Poor Hempelo. I'd like to point out that if you want a perfect prime example of that in a place that is not Baltimore or Detroit, right here in Washington, where fucking Boeing, I think it was, took the money and ran. It was between us and some other state. That state, we offered better stuff, but they still took our stuff and then ran for the other states. They should have been brought up on charges for that shit. We should have gotten our money back. Every single motherfucker that took money from the bailouts, the too big to fail bullshit, these motherfuckers should have been drawn up on war charges and gotten our money back. And it's the same thing in this situation. They take the money out after getting what they want, and the whole fucking populace doesn't know what to fucking do because nobody is supporting them. Nobody is hearing them. So then they rely on the last ditch efforts of a fucked over populace. and that's violence.
Hey guys, it's Caboose from Outcast Radio with a little bit of news. You can follow us on Twitter at Outcast_news. You can also like us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for a new episode every other week, only on YouTube right now. We'll also have a site coming up, so you guys can check that out and follow us and see our news feed from our other social media sites. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.
Hey there. Want to become a special guest for the Outcast Radio Show? That's simple. Email us at outcastradioshow@gmail.com. Gotta keep it fun and interesting. You gotta bring something to the table. Are you a content creator? Anything like that? Hit us up. Let's chat.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so to go from a very serious topic to more lightning news, where we aren't yelling at each other, where we aren't debating as Kerbal Space Program, and video game news, we're going video games now. Kerbal Space Program is the only game that I can think of that got out of Greenlight. It was finally released.
Goddamn time.
Not really an article that you can really say this about, more as you just go on Steam.
It's just more like a kind of a review almost.
Yeah, it's great. The Kerbal Space Program developers are great people. They fucking, they treated they took into account what everybody wanted, and they're still going to continue adding shit into the game, and it's the only game that I can think of. It's just they have to have this great developers.
Really great of them. They're really good people. I like them. They're so great.
Yes.
Shout out to Schrodinger's cat, a mutual homeboy of ours who actually happens to be one of the motherfuckers testing this game. That's been beta tester for a while.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah.
I don't know he was.
Shout out to
Well, I
Schrodinger's
didn't know he does he have like a YouTube channel or some shit, or is he
No.
just kind of go by that?
He just beta
He was
tested.
kind of building one, but things kind of fell through. It was on another thing I was doing. Then it kind of fell, and it's like I don't know.
He lives in Puerto Rico now. Great guy.
Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do more of our fucking audience's personal lives, Caboose.
Let's go into some GTA 5 news. Well,
There we go.
in the past couple of days, there was a GTA 5 patch that was released, and it fixed a lot of bugs, but it also had the unfortunate side of breaking the mod functionality. The problem, according to GTA5mods.com, is that the patch made changes that renders the script hook 5 unusable, and no script hook 5 means no script mods. So yeah, that's kind of like downgrading the game experience. But once the game gets to a more stable version, there will be mods, and people will learn how to hack the game. And
There will be mods. Yo, that reminds me? Didn't you guys hear about the Skyrim mod bullshit that went down recently?
yeah, we
the
covered
paid
it last
mods.
episode.
Oh
Yeah,
god, that was
last, like, 2 days.
bad. Oh my god, that was bad. That
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, we covered it last episode.
we did?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Oh,
went on a
yeah.
rant about it, Isaac.
I wasn't
Yeah,
here
but it
for that.
wasn't over by then. At that point, it was still going on. But it only lasted like 2 days.
Yeah, I guess fucking immediately fucking Steam was like, wow, this was a bad idea. Well, it was
Yeah, but
actually
some
really
modders-
Bethesda.
Some modders left the community, and they're never gonna be back. So it's kind of like a loss for us too. So.
Well, it's not my fucking fault. It's not our fault.
But
There were only
I still think the coolest
Although
mods
on the
ever-
Steam Workshop, it was only
Just-
on the Steam Workshop. It wasn't on
completely just
the
ran
Nexus.
over Thomas.
But
Oh, that's cool. No, I still think the two coolest mods for Skyrim that ever would be the the armored chicken companion, and fucking mud crab companion. Oh my god, I would love to have a mud crab companion. Mud crab.
Now you
crab,
fucked
mud
up.
crab.
Now you fucked up.
I want a mud crab. Fuck that! No. Mud crabs are the. Oh my god! There's this one video. I'll find that fucking link and throw it into the videos that we like segment. You'll see what I mean. And it's Mud Crab Victorious. It's about this guy who was running away from a giant. The giant was kicking his ass. He's about to get ragdolled, and suddenly he realizes the giant stopped, and he's just hitting the ground. So he's like shooting arrows into the fucking thing, right? And it fucking dies. But it didn't die from his arrows. And when he gets closer, he sees a mud crab, and it just kind of like does his victory dance and fucking settles in the mud. And he like put on this one song. It was so fucking awesome. It was like, yeah, mud
Now
crab
you
victorious.
fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now imagine him saying that. Now you fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah, that
that's so
mod. Did he have that mod on?
mud crab.
Yeah, that would have been funny as shit.
Oh, speaking of modders, what else is going down, Caboose?
Modders made an iPhone app that controls your GTA 5's in-game phone. It was an Arduino project, and a Reddit user posted a video of it that he's been working on, and it allows him to control the virtual phone on his GTA 5's character's real phone, so they can actually call people, do things, and you know. I'm a faggot, though, you know.
Yeah, that's so cool, though.
Now, if they would put this on Android, that would have been pretty cool, too.
So what is it, just for
Probably will
iPhone?
go on Android.
It's
Yeah,
iPhone.
it's strictly his iPhone right now, which is
Oh,
really hard to
okay.
get iPhone apps out there.
Yeah, fucking had a Windows phone a while back, and oh my god, never buy a Windows phone. Like, the phone itself was really good, but there were, like, pretty much nothing. Like, you know, you have all these really nice apps and all this that you can get on, like, an Android phone or something. Pretty much, it's a good phone, but when you take away the apps, it just becomes boring, and it just fucking becomes a hassle, because, you know, you want to get things like Facebook and Snapchat, and that shit fucking exists on the Windows phone. It's so stupid.
Wow.
So
Fucking
dumb.
Yeah,
Well,
I would never own a Windows phone or an iPhone. I've been Android friendly ever since I ever bought my first
Are you a
phone.
paid shill for Android, huh?
No. I've just always enjoyed Android phones. They're just
Fucking shill.
the versatile.
How much I bet he's a fucking shill for fucking Windows? That's what it is. They're secretly just trying to get him to talk about Windows phones, even though he hates them.
I do. I hate them. I had a friend who had one, and she could never figure it out. And I was just like, you know what, just take my old phone, because at that time I had like 4 phones, and I was like, why?
God, Jesus, why do you have 4 phones?
I do a lot of illegal projects with phones, so.
And on that note, speaking about illegal motherfuckers, Beowulf just got on Skullgirls. So, I don't know if y'all played Skullgirls. It's a great fighting game full of Miss Thickums all over the place. And oh, Lord, you know, Caboose, when we're showing off the photos of this, just show off a whole bunch of porn of just Valentine and Philia. Oh, my God. Now, my homies, my of course, the Hooligans and Two Asian for You, we've already played this, and Beowulf is like a great fucking command throw character. Like, he's got some shit. He's basically Clark from King of Fighters. It's fucking excellent. And even worse, this guy talks shit. Oh my god, he shows up talking so much WWE level SmackDown. It's so good. Now, I prefer other characters than him, but I'm certain, you know, Beowulf is a good addition. Beowulf is thus far has proven to be a great addition, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to see in the tournaments now with him. In the tournaments. Speaking about tournament bullshit, Bernie Sanders throws his hat into the ring. Welcome to our new segment with politics. Honestly, I've been following Bernie Sanders for a little bit, and at least the rhetoric is good. Like, he's Ron Paul 2.0. He wants to get in there and really change shit. He wants to break off the megacorp control of politics, you know?
Isn't he a Republican?
I don't know. No, I think he's a socialist. In the very least, he's definitely a socialist.
I fucking hate
But,
socialists.
you know, he talks a great game, though, but we're going to see. I've actually got a link. We got a link down below, of course. And he actually broke in the first day 1.5 million in donations.
God damn.
That's some campaigning, dude. 1.5 million in the first day. I'm really looking forward to some of the shit that he's doing. But then again, I need to also point out that some people had issues with Ron Paul because he was a mega Christian. You know, that people were afraid he was going to put his Christian beliefs into his politics. So we'll see what goes down with Bernie Sanders.
How would that work?
Oh, just things like being anti-gay, anti-gay rights, I'd like to point out, which is the most un-American fucking idea. Just all I'm saying is going against anybody's rights.
You must go to church every Sunday. If you don't, you're gonna get shot.
Pretty much. And as far as Ron Paul's son, Rand Paul, he's already thrown in. It seems like he's thrown in his hat with the fucking Republicans, if not the teabaggers, and that's sad because when he first started, he was saying the same thing that Ron Paul wanted. You know, the breaking away from the fucking Federal Reserve and a return to the gold standard and breaking the megacorp's control of politics. I'm very much about laissez-faire personally, but the hands-off approach, keeping business out of politics or keeping politics out of business, it's also the other way though. Keep business out of politics. We need to do that badly. I'll support any fucking body who runs on that ticket and actually does it, like for real. I hate to sound like a real hardcore megacorper, but you know, I'm just saying. So check out the link down below. And now let's go into something even better. Fucking Amazon.
So for $13.79 plus free shipping on orders over $35, you can get the Rocky Horror Show Dr. Frankenfurter fucker rubber duck from Mr. Tim Curry, the what the fuck? Why is this spelled weird? It's like fucking German.
It's Frankenfurter. How can you what?
I'm retarded, so you know.
Rocky Horror, yeah, there's a rubber duck for Rocky Horror Picture Show.
But this thing looks fucking creepy.
Yeah.
What, no,
It looks like fucking Michael Jackson, but with a duck nose.
I love Dr. Frankenfurter to begin with, but you know, this I agree. This rubber ducky is creepy as shit. This is like ass deep in the uncanny valley. It's just got his face, and then he's got a duck bill.
It looks like Michael Jackson, but with a duck nose.
And the fucking lipstick.
Imagine if you were fucking sleeping, you know, and you wake up in the morning and that thing's sitting floating right above you.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Huh,
Stop
Joe
it now.
Biden's running for president.
We're not in politics anymore, right, Caboose?
I'm just gonna plow right through it.
I'm just gonna go into it. Schneebel, you there?
Yeah.
Alright. So we really should carry on with our argument about the big three, but you know, we've already argued enough today. Let's talk about Parasite.
Today, me and Thomas are going to talk about the difference between the anime and the manga. However, I've only read like the first 2 chapters of the manga, so I'm pretty sure he's going to fill in that.
Nigga.
Okay, so spoiler alert: if you do want to watch this, we're going to ruin everything for you. So get over it. Starts off. I have a bad memory. I don't remember the main character's name.
I want to say
Shinji, yeah, Shinji, there you go. Well, it starts off, you meet him, he's a dorky dude, a really earnest dude, though, he's nice, you know, you meet him, and you meet his friends, and, you know, he goes to school. Now, when it really gets going, you know, your little alien goes into his arm, and he actually uses his headphones to make a tourniquet around his arm to keep it from going up. Now, I don't know if there's any difference in the manga.
Well, if I may, if I can just throw this in there. First and foremost, the anime can be summed up in a small comic, and that's Migi saying, Shinichi, they're nearby, and Shinichi saying, fuck, and then dubstep as they go to fight.
Yeah.
Parasite, okay, Parasite begins with these, what appears to be aliens, but may just be just parasites, that basically get into people and turn them into metamorphic murder machines. Like, seriously, their heads will transform into various blades and open up to reveal massive teeth, maw, you know, all sorts of shit. And they live to just eat and devour other living beings, namely humans. Shinichi is different in that the parasite got into his arm, but wasn't able to get into his head. So that's why Migi, his right hand, is able to transform into blades and shields and shit, and is sentient and talks to him and stuff. So yeah, that's the quick rundown of Parasite. But the manga does differ. I'd like to point out. I know you haven't had a chance to read the manga, but I've read both. The manga started out in like the 80s, and like right off the bat, you'll notice pop culture reference differences between the two. Parasite was created with the aught perspective, the 2000s, 2010s perspective. So characters have like tablets and smartphones and shit. Or back in the day, the biggest thing was like Walkmans and fucking vinyl records and shit. But it's a real interesting comparison time-wise if you look at it like that. It really does show you what the sensibilities of the mangaka at the time versus the animators of today. And yeah, they didn't have dubstep back then, but even I gotta admit, the dubstep's kind of cool. It works. It works with it.
Yeah.
But with that stated, the references.
There are 65 prominent people who might run for president.
The themes and the backgrounds, or the themes and the music, though, is like, the themes and the storyline are fairly similar, except for several points. One of them being that the anime, I'm gonna ruin this, Schneep. You might want to close your ears or mute me or something. But suffice to say, when it ends in Parasite and the anime, it just ends. In the manga, it actually ends on a real kind of depressing note. Shinichi, since he never got a chance to study, and since Migi goes to sleep, Shinichi just basically becomes a loser. Just like, you know, he can't get into a college, he can't go out for the cops, he can't, you know, he can't do anything but get a loser punk-ass job, and it's like because he wasn't able to study. Migi was doing all the studying. In the anime, it ends with going to sleep, yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of revealed that, you know, he's still available should Shinichi Needham, and it's never really that bad. So it's a real weird, it's real interesting take that they did on that. But I just because people don't want a sad ending.
Can you shut your mouth?
No. You're the nigga that was all like spoiler alert, and then you get spoilers, and now you're all mad.
No,
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to whoever's making that weird noise.
Oh.
No, I've watched the end of the anime, and yeah, like Migi goes to sleep, but at the end when his girlfriend's about to fall out the building, wakes up, helps him out.
Like I don't remember the murderer guy. I don't remember the Hannibal Lecter being there in the manga, but he might have been. I don't know. But I do remember the ending, and the ending of the manga was really depressing compared to the anime. Just saying. But no matter which version you go for, it's a pretty good storyline, and I certainly suggest it.
Yeah, boner.
Exact. Double boner.
Banger.
So on that note, let's go to news.
So, hold on a second. I was swallowing this food and it got stuck in my throat. So.
So that's what that sound was.
So we only have one news article for today, and this news article is there was a forest fire that happened in Chernobyl. Just in case you're sheltered and you don't know what Chernobyl is, Chernobyl is a nuclear power plant, and basically what happened when an explosion happened. I think it was an explosion. It could have just been meltdown, but explosion happened, and all this radiation leaked all over the place, and everything went to shit, and it became fucking Fallout 2.0. But what happened recently is there's a forest fire that's down there, and the forest fire, we can't do anything about it because it's
Russia can't do anything about it.
Chernobyl, but the article here states that Mr. Avakov said authorities suspected the fire was started deliberately and they had tightened security around the exclusion zone. Now, my question is, how the hell would you start a fire in Chernobyl? How the fuck would you get into Chernobyl? That's my question.
Sneak through the woods?
Does this nigga have like some giant ass hazmat suit, fucking big yellow neon colors, trying to go through a forest, not getting caught?
Haven't you played Metro? I mean,
good point.
What about Stalker? I mean, there are games about this. There's like fucking tutorial modes for this shit, yo.
Stalker shout out Chernobyl and Pripyat, and Call of Pripyat is one of my favorite post-apocalyptic games ever, man. So great. So great, but we're not in video games, we're in real Chernobyl. But yeah, there was a fire, and they suspect arson, and that happened.
Arson. Penis.
Let's go to the next one.
Science, bitch!
So, in recent news, I'm going to be talking again. So if you guys hate my voice, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
So, basically what happened was there was a Russian spacecraft that was going to the International Space Station. And basically what happened was it just kind of started spinning. And it couldn't regain control. And basically they have just lost millions of dollars worth of equipment because it just couldn't stop spinning. And it says here that the video from the Progress 59 spacecraft showed that a dizzying spin with the Earth and the Sun rapidly coming in and then out of frame. The Russian flight controller abandoned plans to attempt to dock the cargo ship with the International Space Station on Thursday. The docking, originally scheduled for this morning, was then pushed to Thursday. What's funny, kind of morbid funny, is the fact that that craft that was going to the International Space Station was supposed to hold humans. It was a new model, and it was supposed to hold humans. So if there was somebody in there, which there wasn't, if there was, and when they were testing it, and they didn't test it, sent humans in it, went up in space, they'd be fucked. But you want to go on to the next one?
Lamau. So, okay, so this is both enlightening and yet at the same time just Down syndrome retarded. NASA predicts alien life could be found by 2025, as if we haven't found it already. But the problem is, what I think they mean is sentient life, but it's never actually stated in the article. It's just, oh, we're gonna find them in our lives, aliens, oh, Ariums. Nigga, I want to be able to put my dicks in it. I want that one chick from the Marvin the Martian cartoon series. I want that. The Martian Queen, that is, not Marvin. He's not my type. But I'm just saying, you know, I want to be the motherfucker. We should have already contacted alien life forms and found out whether or not we could just fuck them. That's the thing that we need to find out.
You would.
Just fuck
want to
'em.
go fill Vulcan ass. I'm just saying.
Out of all the things we can do with alien life, Thomas just promotes fucking.
But that's the majority of what we want to know. That's the truth.
That's
But,
why
you know,
Mass Effect is so big.
But for the most part, they believe we will find alien life, you know, sentient life out there by 2025. Little do they know that we've already met them, and they've been probing us for the past 50 years, because why the fuck not?
They've been probing our assholes.
It's the truth, though. I mean, like, they're the biggest jerk asses ever.
Dude, I've been having kinky anal sex with aliens ever since I was born. Never been
Well,
awake,
wait,
but
Thomas.
it was
You
really
know,
sexy.
my thing is, I just want to grab some alien by the hair and, like, give it to them and be like, this is for 50 years!
But wait,
you
guys,
sexist?
we have already found alien life. Just go across the border to Mexico. Or just go to Texas and you can find them all there. On the street
You know,
corners.
I wish Mexico was more like the Mexican trilogy. Have you guys ever seen that? El Mariachi, you know? Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Nope, never have.
Dude, oh my god, with Antonio Banderas? Dude, it is perfect. If Mexico was more like that, I would want to live there. It's like, oh, everybody's got guns, and it's pretty much like America.
It's just like the West. Is it like the Western times? Because if so, fuck yeah.
Kind of. So anyway, so here's something a little bit more serious, which is way better. Oh my god. Functional immortality when, comrade? Soon. Scientists develop enzyme that can convert any blood into universal donor type. As always, much love to ifuckinlovescience.com, iflsscience.com. But they came across an article talking about how scientists, quote-unquote scientists, are developing an enzyme that can snip off the antigens from types A and B blood. And the whole point is to make it more universal, like the donor type O. So this means we'll be able to get, like, oh my god, that means we'll be able to more efficiently and effectively use the blood supplies that we have. I mean, imagine, if you will, getting a transfusion from anybody, you know, rather than your specific blood type. That's, like, the best thing in the fucking world. Now, I've stated it before that I believe that humanity is a virus, but I also believe that our manifest destiny is true immortality. You know what I mean? Through medical science and certainly not faith, but through biomedical technology. And we're getting close to there. With this alone, this will help like save more lives just by utilizing this technique. Just saying. Another technique that I've really gotten into was the idea that even if the person's dead, you can actually still bring him back to life by freezing the corpse and then slowly raising it up while fixing whatever needs to be fixed, and then reintroducing new blood, which is actually a Japanese technique that I also learned through iflscience.com. Just saying.
I actually didn't hear about that. That's actually kind of cool.
Dude, I'll see if I can find that for you. It's so cool. Well, let's do some Netflix Spotlight. Oh no, that's me. I'm sorry. Oh,
Fucker!
Oh, I thought it was Caboose. I'm sorry. Forgive me, my friends. Nevers.
Allahu Akbar!
Allahu Akbar.
I've never
Allahu
understood
Akbar, salad bar!
how the fuck do people know how to? I can't roll my R's to save my life.
Allahu Akbar. I can't actually roll my R's, but I'm good every now and then.
Akbar.
So, you know, you want to look up some shit to watch tonight on the Netflix right there, buddy? Well, fine then, buddy. We got some shit for you. How about Snowpiercer? Dude, this thing is 5 out of 5. I'm not even going to ruin too much about it. It's one of those things where you got to watch it. It's pretty much about a quote-unquote eternal train ride through a icy landscape. When winter has taken over the world, all that's left is pretty much the people on this train. And it's a pretty fucked up society with the elites in the front of the train, with the great conductor, and those in the back, just, you know, suffering and toiling for them. And it gets pretty bad. Like it's really,
twist.
It's really social. It's really classist. It's something you'll have to see. But basically, it's just following these people as they fight their way from the back of the train to the front and finding out the truth. Like, in all the years that they've been stuck on this train, there's like a religion based around the engine now. And it gets really cool. Oh my god. And Like, I know I should be telling more about it, but I really can't. It's just that fucking good. You gotta watch it.
This is
I don't want to give away anything.
This is the first Netflix spotlight so far that we've all watched that you've actually got me interested in. I want to see that. It actually sounds cool.
Fuck you. I've always said good Netflix spotlight. No, seriously though, out of everything I've ever seen on Netflix, this is
It was really good. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, hella good. When both me and Caboose are telling you to go watch that shit, you should consider going and watch that shit, bro. So anyway, that's
now another movie you guys should check out on the Netflix spotlight: Girl Walks Home Alone. That is a pretty good movie. It got a bunch of Sundance awards, I think. I remember watching something about it on Vice, and they were talking about how it got to the Sundance Festival and how everybody thought it was a really good movie. And Elijah Wood was one of the spokesmen for it. I think he was a part of the movie. He was like one of the producers.
Yeah, I still say I don't remember seeing him on the thing.
Yeah, but it's a Latino movie though. It's
The Latino.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's spoken in Spanish, so.
And you were just like hating on the Mexicans. Oh my god.
But I still have yet to watch it, but it's on my list to watch tonight, so I'm gonna watch it.
I've seen it, and it is a good movie. It just didn't stand out to me as much as certain other movies, but it is an interesting take on vampire mythos. Still not as good as fucking VHS 1 with that one harpy or something.
That was fucking weird.
That fucking succubus.
Yeah, that
so
was
good.
Weird.
That whole fucking thing was so good.
VHS in general, the series is good. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
A lot of
gonna
people
be
disagree
going.
though. A lot of people think it's a horrible series, but I think it's good. I like it a lot. It's fucking spooky though.
There's a bunch of lore on it too. Like if you go look into it online, there's a bunch of lore to it. But it's gonna keep going for a while. There's gonna be more videos being made and all that shit. But what the cool thing is they actually take people actually make films for this movie, and they send it in as a contest, and whatever they think is the best one, they play it.
Is it like what about? Is it for the people that are like inserting their movies, if it has a really good idea but they just don't have the graphics and shit to do it, do they just take the guys and do the graphics for them? How does that work?
No, it's just independent filmmakers that do it.
Well, not all of them were independent. Some of them were like pretty good names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, ultimately, they're still good. They're still good.
But yeah, the girl who walks home alone, and the girl who walks home alone is a pretty good movie. It's an indie-made film, but you guys should go.
It
check
shows. They do that black and white bullshit the whole damn time.
Yeah, I fucking hate that now. I thought it was really cool when I first started getting into movies, but now it's just fucking stupid.
Well, sorry about that. Well, let's get
Let's kick someone in the dick.
Yup.
There we go.
I want to kick someone in the dick. We're gonna kick Floyd Mayweather in the dick for being a bitch.
Fuck him. Oh my god. Fuck everybody saying he outboxed Pacquiao. Holy shit, dude. You even watch the fucking fight? Oh my fucking god.
He was a bitch. We're gonna fuck him up. We're gonna kick him in the dick. He ain't gonna make babies.
Wants to fucking watch a couple of dudes clinching the whole fucking match. And don't tell me that's good boxing fucking strategy. That's not. You get in there and you kill
how is that even allowed?
Well, clinching is allowed, but it's like you're only allowed a few seconds. You know what I mean? Like this shit looked rigged. This shit was rigged. God damn it, rigatoni, my nigga. This is rigatoni with extra sauce.
I honestly had a feeling, like from the get-go, I don't watch boxing, but I had a really good feeling that it was going to be rigged simply because of how much fucking money was put into it.
Well, somebody, a judoka that I know as well, who's also a writer, mentioned that no matter how you cut it, Pacquiao is a politician, outside the ring. When money's involved, you should immediately become suspect. But it sucks because Manny Pacquiao is like
someone sexual is entering the room. Someone sexual is entering the room.
Shut up, Caboose. God.
You interrupted.
Goddamn.
Thomas. God.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Let's watch some videos. Videos we like from the internet.
Alright, so I guess I'll show my video that I liked from the internet. These guys are fucking amazing. If you haven't heard of them, they're kind of size kind of a little bit lower, but they're fucking great. They take like some modern music, some music they took that's from, like, you know, they have the one that I linked, or you
Postmodern Jukebox. Dude, I did an article on these guys for SofaKingNews.com.
Yeah, they're fucking great, man. They do some like, you know, more quote unquote old school music like Gangsta's Paradise, but they take some of the modern music.
Old school.
Yeah, that's why I quote unquote some of the modern music that I myself, I hate to sound like one of those douchebags who were like, you know, I'm born in the wrong generation. I don't think I was, but it's like, you know, there's like, they take some of the modern music that I would normally dislike and they make it into like these like different styles, and it sounds so great. They have a great voice. Check them out. They're amazing.
Yes, indeed, and I got to double on that. I got to double up on that one. I got to reinforce what he just said, because holy crap, Postmodern Jukebox is one of the best fucking bands out there. They don't fuck around with the music that they do, and it's so excellent. You can feel the love with each song. Like, they don't just fuck around with this shit. They are legit with their music. And some of their stuff, oh my god, Sweater Weather. Oh, I love that cover. Oh my god, I don't even like the songs they cover, and they make it sound good.
Yeah, same here. God, they're great.
They don't fuck around.
They don't fuck around.
They don't fuck around.
Sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Touch my neck, and I'll touch yours. Well, for my offering, which the one I'm presenting is Protein Pills Spaghetti Mom. Protein Pills to begin with is funny as fuck. They're one of the finer video game like people out there, but holy shit, this dude lost his fucking mind with Spaghetti Mom. So Sputnik, why don't you wrap it up with the top 5 anti-GG people, quote unquote?
So, we got the I'm gonna repeat the title because I'm a fucking loser, but anti-Gamersgate people. So, number 1, we have Kotaku.
In general.
Yeah, in general. For the longest time, I never knew how to pronounce their name. Number 2, Zoe Quinn, for obvious reasons.
The Quinspiracy.
Yeah, the Quinspiracy.
5 guys surprise.
And 3, Arthur Cho.
We've actually talked about Arthur Cho here before, and yeah, that whole bullshit he pulled up with the porn star being raped and whatnot, and come on. You deserve being number 3, nigga. You deserve it.
He's an awful human being. And number 4, Brianna Wu.
Didn't she kick out the Ralph report recently from one of her things?
How come we didn't talk about that?
I don't know. I think it's because there was like, it was more important to talk about our opinions and feelings and whatnot about the Baltimore special, and to give time to the Nepal earthquake, than to give anything for this fucking slattern.
And number 5, let's all say it together. Anita Sarkeesian. And I think everybody here knows exactly why she's on the number 5. She is top anti-Gamergate and top cunt of the world.
She is a horrible person. These are horrible people. They are all horrible people.
They all deserve a special place in the deepest pits of darkness.
They just deserve to be ignored, in my opinion, but we, kind of can't.
Yep.
We kind of can't. Yeah.
Alright, well, I think that wraps up the show.
Should we give our shout-outs here?
Shout-outs time! Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'll then give out the shout-out to the one and the only, TLDR. I want to give a shout-out to Eric Todd Dellums. We're hoping he can get on the show at some point. Maybe he can, maybe he can't, whatever. But he's a great person. He recently did a thing with, what do you call the podcast? Or not the podcast, the Shoddycast. He recently did a thing for Shoddycast for the Fallout lore. And check that out. I'll slam a link in the description for that. He's a great person. He's pretty cool. And I also want to give a shout out to my page, NCR Blue Veteran Ranger. Check that out. And that's all I got.
Schneebel?
Shout out to Jeremy Brown, because he makes music that people listen to. Shout out to myself. I have good views on everything, and if you just don't agree with me, like, you should really just crucify yourself in the name of Jesus Christ, obviously. Yeah, and I also made that new chicken. I made that as my cartoon. like not many people can make a chicken, and I did. I'm like Jesus, except less Kanye West, because he's obviously Jesus. Okay, next person.
I'd like to give a shout out to Thomas Duda.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to him.
Yes.
And Rocco. He's a gore magician. He's really great. He's really, really great. He pulls dimes out of his asshole, and it's just great.
We need to get him on the show sometime.
Yes, we do. Great character, great character. But yeah, go check out Rocco. He's about to have some sort of movie or documentary dropped out on him. He doesn't want to talk about it. It's top secret, top secret. But he's been teasing it on his Facebook. So if you guys want to follow him or go add him on Facebook, he'll be more than welcome to add you back. So go check him out.
And is that all the shout-outs we got?
Yes, we do. God bless you, Thomas.
My turn.
You
So-
sexual bastard.
Shout outs to the people of Nepal. Y'all hurting, people dying, try and survive. Shout outs to the people of Baltimore. Whether or not people agree with the riots, whether or not anybody agrees with what's going on, that place has been fucked up for a while now, and maybe now they'll start to actually come up a little bit by their own efforts, if not being granted the resources to do so. Shout outs to me, motherfucker, Thomas Duder, author of the things. Buy my book. Buy my book. Buy my fucking book. Oh God, I need more people. I need people to buy my book. So, I like
Buy his book.
buy the fucking.
Like
book.
a religion, man. The religion of Thomas Duder.
Hey, you wouldn't do any
Voices of
first.
Jehovah's Witness.
Saying it'd be pretty cool. Shout outs to the hooligans, to Agent for You. Shout outs to JS Snow, the MILF. Shout outs to Ella Dominguez, my homegirl. Let's see. Shout outs to.
How about to Beth?
Fuck it's Bet.
Beth.
Wait, which one?
PA lady I introduced you to?
I just barely met her. We haven't even talked about shit yet. I'll give her shout outs later on when she's part of the team.
Oh.
Shout outs to the team. Shout outs to my street team. Shout outs to the possible PAs I might be getting. Just saying. Goddamn. Shout outs to the plague, which did not kill me and yet is still kind of hanging around. Shout outs to my gym, because fuck yeah, Bellingham Fitness Center. Oh! Shout outs to you, the listener, the reader, our audience. Without you, we'd probably be just circle jerking and,
I really love circle jerking. It's a great time. A great group activity.
Caboose is the biscuit.
Yeah, why do you douchebags keep on keeping us away from circle jerking?
What? The FCC won't let
They're keeping us away from our circle jerks.
No,
Me and
circle
Eli
jerk.
are like pros at it, so.
Oh, wow. Remember, it's not gay if we have blindfolds on. Wow.
I have my eyes closed, you can't see
What's
me.
it that feels like a penis? Probably not, though.
With that stated, be on the lookout for my band getting on stage sometime, and then we'll be presenting the videos with that. So I'm just saying, I'm gonna force it here, of course, because shit's good.
The taste test.
The shit's good.
Blindfolds.
Otherwise, so yeah, shout outs to Anubis Unit. Otherwise, we will see all of you motherfuckers in the next episode.
Later, bitches!